Welcome to Heiligenhafen. Today we drive for the very first time the new Mercedes E-Klasse T-Model. Our test car here is the new E220D with 194 brake horsepower. But before we hit the road, just let's have a closer look at the design. From the front, this car is exactly the same as the new E-Klasse. There's nothing different in here. Everything new starts right here at the B-pillar. But if you see the whole car and have an eye on its predecessor, you're going to see that this car is about 30 millimeters lower than its predecessor. It's about 30 mil longer than its predecessor. And very important, the wheelbase has grown by 65 millimeters. That makes the whole car look a lot more dynamic, a lot more sporty. And if you look here with the new roofline, this roofline drops a lot more than with its predecessor. That makes the car very sporty, very dynamic for an estate. All the dynamic that comes from the new roofline you're going to find here at the rear as well. We have this very nice big shoulders here. We have this very precise lights here. And we have this exhaust here, very big, very sporty. So the whole car, the whole rear of the car looks very dynamic, very sporty. And that matches the whole look of the car perfectly. As with the exterior, it's the same procedure with the interior. The whole car is exactly the same car as the standard new E-Klasse up to the B-pillar. We find the same lovely material, the same perfect craftsmanship. We have these new sensors here at the steering wheel and of course these big screens here at the front. But a lot more important and of course new is everything that comes behind the front seats. In principle, the estate offers the same space here at the rear as the sedan does, but we have a little bit lower seats here and we have a longer roofline, and that together gives us about 3 centimeters more headspace, and that's very important for a tall person like me. Talking about an estate means we talk about load capacity. The new one offers a little bit less than the predecessor, but that is because it looks more sporty. It's about 100-120 liters less at a maximum, but it still offers 640 up to 1,820 liters of maximum capacity. Very interesting, we have a so-called cargo function for the rear seat. That means we can adjust the seats about 10 degrees steeper, and that gives you 35 liters extra volume. Altogether, you're allowed to load up to 745 kilograms into the new E-Klasse estate. When this car comes to market, Mercedes offers two different petrol engines, the 200 and 250 petrol with 184 and 211 brake horsepower. On top we have this brand new diesel here. This is completely new developed, and that is the 220D with 194 brake horsepower and 400 newton meters of torque. And the fuel consumption of that car is outstanding. At the end of the year, you're going to find the new AMG, the AMG 43 4MATIC, and this one will offer 401 brake horsepower. Our test car is the 220D, which got the 4-cylinder 2-liter diesel engine on board, a brand new engine. And to be really honest, that one delivers 194 brake horsepower and 400 newton meters of torque. And that together with a 9G-tronic is more than anybody needs for daily driving. That car is absolutely perfect. The fuel consumption is great. It is quite quiet in here, and the drive is an absolute pleasure. The new E-Klasse T-Model offers all the good stuff we already know from the new E-Klasse. We have the same very nice materials, the good craftsmanship, and very important, we have the same very nice drive. But this one here offers a lot more space. This is not only load capacity, that's also at the rear seat, so there's a lot more headspace. I think there's nothing that could stand between that car and its success.